Alright, it's just right after the last one, still November 16th, 2017, 5:36 p.m. Okay, let's do this. Oh, damn it, I was gonna look at the thing to make sure I got Pepper. I was gonna do that off screen. That's not what I want. There we go. Alright, so just making sure. So it's Kabaji. I need. Do I have all of Kuro's guys? Nope. Oh, I only have one of Kuro's guys. Because I only ever pick Django. Alright then. Wait, did you ask if I'm sure if I want to leave? Okay, anyway. So, Magnus.
Yeah?
Have you thought of anything? Because I was asking you, I wanted to, you to talk about how you feel like you reading the manga is different for you than watching the anime. I gave you some prep time. I think that...
I get snacks.
Oh my god, I hate you.
What? Oh, it's a little upsetting because I don't get to see movement.
That is upsetting?
Yeah, it's because I want to see like the movement while they do like the moves. They're called moves for a reason. They're not called stays.
Captain Kuro.
Some of the things I like, like as a kid, who got the shonen jumps, okay? And then watching it on TV. Remember, this was before you could just rewind TV, okay? Or even record TV easily. If you had the manga, you can stare at one image you wanted as long as you want it, okay? And you can go back. You can rewind. You can go back. And then in the anime, you can't do that. I mean, sure, you get color, you get movement, you get sound, and all that. But you have to sit there and pay attention to it, right? You can't take a break, which is why I'm so used to current day viewing that I have to pause and go to the bathroom a lot, and I can't just sit there, And, God, do you remember commercial breaks and you had to go pee and before it came back on? But something's beneficial. Remember I told you the other day where it was when I started watching the 4Kids one, because that was far before I knew anything about watching anime or even thinking about watching TV, let alone anime on subbed online, just any sort of TV. Was you got to hear how the words were pronounced, okay? So like I told you, when I first read it, I thought Luffy was pronounced Luffy, and I thought Usopp was pronounced Usopp. That's how we pronounce them. And here's another one. I remember in the filler of the dragons, after Lockdown. They end up in the calm belt, okay? Which is where there's no breeze, no movement of the waves, and that's where sea kings go to breed and all that and be at peace. I just added the be at peace thing, but I'm sure that's the thing. But I skim words a lot, okay? I don't spend a lot of time looking at the word to make sure I know how to pronounce it, properly, I just when I read on Bleach, a lot of the names I never even bother to learn how to say, or I just recognize by the pattern of the word, But I always called it the clan belt. And when I first heard clan belt, I was like, what? This thing for years, I thought it was this way. It turns out that I was wrong. A lot of other things too, But benefits I see some pros and cons kind of work against each other. So like I said, you can with the manga, you can, you know, go at your own pace, right? But sometimes there's a lot of dialogue where, like, I don't want to bother reading it, you know? So if I was watching the anime, I didn't have to put, like, you know, all that work into reading it, you know, and just looking at a blank page. I could just, like, you know, the words would appear and I just have to listen out to the words, and, you know, it goes at a pace where I'm not stopping every few seconds, and, like, it goes faster, you know what I mean? Because it's not me, like, stopping to, like, you know, read a bunch of stuff that I'm not interested in just to keep going forward. It's, you know, it's... Oh, that was a good 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh! Cutting out the violence thing there where it showed off the behind us, you know. See, it's not even showing Kuro. I just looked and he wasn't there. They can't show the pointy knives, swords. Makes me wonder why the hell did 4Kids want One Piece if there's going to be so much violence in it, right?
Maybe it's not how popular it was in Japan, like...
Oh yeah, all of these reasons make it popular. Let's take those out.
Well, 4Kids, it's stupid. There's only 3 shows they did right.
What?
In my opinion. One of those shows I didn't even watch.
What?
I didn't watch.
What are the 3 shows you said they did right? Because I asked what. You didn't name any shows, and then like, well, one of them I didn't watch. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you're still not saying.
Okay, fine.
What?
Pokemon?
Oh yeah, that's why, you know, 4Kids no longer does it, right? Do they still do it?
No, they stopped after Gen 3.
Yeah, because like Pokemon's want to have it officially like, done themselves, I think, or something. But what else? That's not an angle I thought I'd ever see Robin in. Actually, I don't think I've ever thought of even fighting with Robin with Kuro. But speaking of that, you know how Kuro's fast, right? And then Dressrosa Robin said how, like, you know, she, speed doesn't matter to her because she can, like, catch the guy or whatever. That makes no sense. If the person is fast enough, like, is so fast that they can get to Robin before she can react, then the speed does matter. Right?
Yeah. The second show is Kirby.
Kirby right back at you.
Yes.
But they censored so much from it. Like his penis.
It's Kirby. There's literally nothing to censor.
Except his penis.
He doesn't have one.
Exactly. They took it out. You know, just come closer to the mic. The more you put your head away because you're so quiet.
No.
Also, don't put your hand on your throat. That just makes it harder to hear.
I don't want to touch it. Stop.
Put your feet on the ground.
I don't want it.
But if...
You invited me. That means I get to do whatever. Because I'm the guest.
No, guests have to behave a certain way, Magnus. Because I can just tell you to leave. So did you know what Kuro... I think he's one of the only guys in the game where... Oh, you're gonna say the third show?
Yeah.
Alright, so... No.
Fine.
Just let me say my thought. You probably have seen this, but Kuro's, what is it? Is X on the GameCube, but... And circle on the PS2, but when he's in the air and he does that move, he just falls on the guy. He can actually do that move continuously, and if he keeps landing on the enemy. Because everyone else like can only do like one move in the air, he can just keep doing that move over and over. So you can hit the guy with that attack, then do the A or X attack, and then you know. Anyway, what's the third show?
I forgot.
Oh, really?
Hey, you interrupted me.
You had to remember one show name. You could have just kept saying it in your head.
Now we'll never know.
Oh crap.
It was
Oh boy,
One Piece.
I'm losing. Okay.
That was the show they did, right? Right?
No.
What do you mean?
Oh crap. You know when you told me how each box always holds the same kind of item, you know?
Yeah.
Because I, for some reason, never, even tried to think of that. I guess because I don't really like going for the items when I was younger. Well, I didn't like going for the items. But, you know, Giants Battle 2 we were playing?
Yeah.
Actually, when you told me that, that helped me out with that, because then I knew exactly which ones always have, like, the food and the other items, you know, 'cause it works the same, like that one there would hold the food, which you would want to get, because a food item gives you, a bar for your special, you know.
What?
What? You didn't know that?
I knew that because it's kind of obvious.
No, but like one fruit, no matter which one it is, gives you, you know, like a fruit, like power thing. Bam! Again, having to censor out the violence. We didn't even see what happened.
Ujit stopped standing.
Sorry, I was just thinking of South Park. You know what the funny thing? We were watching the the Die Hippie Die episode, or what it's called, and like the mayor shoots herself. I was gonna say because she actually hasn't been in, because when you watch the first few seasons, she's in it a lot, right? Like the town's always something bad's happening. She's involved in it a lot, right? And I was gonna say, like, you don't see the mayor too often in the later seasons. And then she shoots herself, and I was like, oh, I completely forgot that happened. So I felt like I should have said that when we started the episode, because I was like, when we first saw her in the episode, because I was like, oh, he'll think that she died forever, and I was like giving that away or something, and then you would not expect her to just come back for no reason.
I thought that
like they wouldn't just kill her off for that reason. Or what? What were you gonna say?
I thought that I don't remember.
Oh, well, thanks for starting the sentence. You instantly forgot.
I remember the show.
What?
What?
No, I was saying, like, what does that have to do with it?
Nothing.
Okay.
Fine, I remember the show.
Oh, I thought you meant you remembered South Park, and I was like, what?
No.
Like, no doubt you remember what South Park is.
What's South Park? What's the South Park movie and before?
Which one? And no.
Fine, I guess we're not gonna get the racing game.
I wanted that game to be good. No. I need to save my money for other things like Mario,
like 20 bucks
Mario
at
100, Mario Cup 100.
It was like $20 at
The store we were at?
Yeah.
But I spent $20 on Bowser's Inside Story instead, a game I wanted.
Okay.
Anyway, I feel like I want to talk about something I forget.
The show.
No, not that. It was South Park. Like I said, like, okay. At the start of the episode, we see the mayor, okay, and I was like, I wanted to say, oh, I feel like I want to say you don't really see her later on, okay, and then I forgot in the episode she shoots herself, okay, and I was like, oh, I should have said it, you know, so Magnus would feel like you would feel like, oh. I gave, like, oh, the reason you don't see her too often is because she's dead and they killed her off, right? And you would not expect at all that she just comes back for no reason. Just, like, stupidly like that, you know? What?
The show.
Okay, which one is it?
Ninja Turtles.
4Kids did that? Oh, yeah. I forgot that, because it's not bad. But then again, that's not like an anime they took, right? That's something they kind of just started, right?
Yeah, but it's still good.
No, I really liked that one when I was younger. I actually watched it a lot.
Like 9 or 13 seasons, or I don't know.
I think it's 9.
Jeez.
Which is like a lot. Which I think the original Ninja Turtles also had that too. And I'm like, really? I think I've heard that.
It's like the original was like the longest running cartoon.
Until The Simpsons?
Yeah, it's... What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
That's smelly, Mario. Come on. Now it smells everywhere.
Stop picking your feet!
No!
And put them on the floor!
No!
Oh, that is. Crocodile there. His crocodile mouth. And that R long. No. Why? No, they're not. They're shark color.
What do you call that?
Shark color.
That's a new teacher. I hate sharks because they're blue. No, it's shark color. That's our new teacher.
No, never with t-shirts.
Why?
It's just, well, that's one of the first things kind of Chris said in one of our earlier things when we started. I think I said something he liked or whatever. He's like, oh, if we ever get t-shirts, I'm just kind of thinking, what the hell's this Wii business? This isn't your channel. And, like, I didn't say this, but I'm all like, what the hell makes you think I'm gonna, you know, the two of us are gonna get, like, enough views to, like, start making shirts and all that, or that's something I want. Like, he wasn't serious about it, but I was kind of just like, where you're getting a little ahead of yourself here, you know? And, what?
We should, like, make one and wear it down and so like, yeah, I like that. What can I do? I'm like, sorry.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Sorry.
It's always when they need, like,
them.
yeah. It's always when they need one hit left, I'm all like, I'm doing this, because I'm kind of like, don't be fancy, just kill them quick, and then I just end up looking like I'm trying to do something fancy, but I'm just like, not doing well.
Seriously,
What?
shark color?
What?
Really?
You kind of pressured me with your...
What about a white shark?
I thought of that first, and I was like, that's too obvious. So I had to go with something stupid and less obvious. Who has better nose, Magnus?
The chick what's
No, that's just something I like to think of when I was younger.
why they were fighting?
No, that their noses are both long. Who's?
You know who else has a long nose?
Maybe? Who?
I don't know.
Thanks for that, Magnus.
What? I was asking you, do you know if anyone has a long nose? Because I don't know. Coffee doesn't count.
Damn it! We were just watching that earlier! I had my Water 7 stuff playing. And some Thriller Bark, but I was watching One Piece earlier. And I was just like, yeah.
Jitsu, it's all square.
Well, because I'm thinking of Buggy's nose right now, you know?
Yeah, but it's the longest nose.
And then I'm also thinking of when Bon Clay, you know, tried to, like, change, and he'd change his face to something funny, and it was just his and Usopp's nose. And there's a thing in this where, like, he changes it that if he's fighting Buggy, there's a picture of him changes his nose to Buggy. Does that makes me wonder, is Buggy's nose actually like that? Was he born with that nose?
Okay, sure.
He was born a clown? Oh, speaking of Long Clay, I wonder if he's gonna use Arlong's nose. There it is.
Yes, there it is. Like, kick kids in the corner.
No, no, like when they're talking.
Oh. I don't remember him doing that.
It's when he's talking about it. Sure. But like, if you unlock the art, you know it's
I always thought that Bunker would
Wait, I'm on normal. What do I have to be worried about? Okay.
You know what I hate?
Mondays.
It's a Monday.
You know what I hate?
What?
People who are not good at being funny.
What's funny? Who's Chris? Okay, fine, let's stop.
Ah, shit.
Here it comes.
School? Well, there's classes for a lot of things.
Good.
What, do you want to get better at being funny?
Yes.
I never do that move. I've been doing it a lot now by accident, but trying to do like the one where he takes the saw, you know, sword or whatever, and just not pressing A enough. Sure, I'm finding Enru a lot.
Oops. I hate
Who needs to learn to shut up?
I hate myself. Should I have lots of slots or don't you?
What? I don't have time to use it all in like a day. I gotta say, at least we went back to this, right? I put up my Wii again. You play all of it?
Yeah.
Really, is that... How was Mario Month last month, huh?
It was fun.
You know, you were gonna like play all those Mario games and you ended up playing one a little bit. Like just one of the games a little bit and then you stopped. You went to do other things.
Yeah, I played.
Did you really? Did you play all of them? Did you play Sunshine, Thousand Year Door, World?
Okay, RPGs are long.
You know, you have the first three on the NES. You know, plus Lost Levels is. Well, I mean, you have the All Stars, but you also have Lost Levels. You know, on the Wii. You know. Xboxes? That thing I said to you yesterday that we do?
I want to know if you're joking.
No, they make very long Ethernet cables, and I'm pretty sure we've done that before.
We have to do that.
Thanks. I think we did that with the 360s, where I was in this room and then we had one in the other room. I mean, I'd have to move the Xbox to that TV, and I mean, it's gonna have to go through a bunch of stuff, you know, but...
I'm pretty sure the 360 can do it without without internet.
What does it matter if it can or not? I'm saying we did do it, which means we have that cable. Which was the point of me saying that.
Okay, but we have to do it.
Why? Why do we have to do it?
Okay, fine. We don't have to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just was it that easy to like prove to like for you to stop? Was to just ask you why? What are you talking about? No, I just meant why do we have to? Not that we won't, just why we have to. Okay, but there's lots of things I want to play multiplayer that we didn't, like I want to play on Total Legends on the on Total Legends on the PSP, and we didn't do that. I want to. What are all those other? We didn't do Resident Evil 5. We were supposed to do for October, right? I bought it twice, on 360. Then I'm like, hey, are you gonna play this with me? We'll do it for Halloween. The next Halloween, you're like, yeah. And then I bought it, the one on the Xbox One, and we didn't do that. Gears of War 2's not going well. What about Gears of War Judgment? I never got to do that, play it much because I wanted to do a 4-player, like a 4-player co-op first-time experience, right? But I never got to do that. I wanted to do that with 3, but you guys would never do that with me, so I had to play it on my own, right? So why do we have to do your thing? Why do we have to system link Halo 1 and Halo 2 on the original Xbox when we were just playing them? We could just play them on the Xbox One. It's way easier. Give me this have to, Magnus. Right? Why can't we do the things I want, but we'll do what we have to do what you want? Is what I'm asking, right? Huh? Right?
So we could do it at least once in our life. That's why we have to do it, to get it out of the way. So we can do all that stuff you just said.
Okay, except all those things that I said, we've had first, and I said first, so we'll do that. We'll do it in order, okay? No, that's actually fair. Why is it that when I say, hey, can we do these, and you're like, no, and then when you have a thing, you're like, okay, we'll do my thing first, then your thing. And then we don't do my thing. I don't fall for that anymore. I remember when we were young, our older brother and I, we do things in bed that I don't think we should share. Private things with our bodies.
Pretty gay.
Well. No, it was back scratches, okay? We would just do that.
Gay.
Yeah, well, I was like, what? 9?
Gay.
Can you let me finish the story so I can end the episode?
Fine.
Is that it got to a point where he was always like, okay, you give me one first, then I'll scratch your back, and he just wouldn't. And I'm like, you promise this time? Yeah, and he wouldn't. I don't fall for that shit anymore. You're gonna need to give me 10 blowjobs if you want to play Halo.
Pretty gay.
Yeah, but that's the price to do what you want, Mangus.
Fine.
You want a system? Who else is gonna system link Halo with you in this house? I'm the only other one with the game and console, right? Right?
Don't forget controllers.
Yeah, don't you forget controllers. Gave you controller, bought you other controller. Yeah, don't you forget controller, Mangus. Give me a reason why we do your thing first. Oh, hey, you know what we haven't... No. You know what we haven't finished yet? Pirate Warriors 3. We haven't completed that on PS... I completed on PS Vita. I still need to complete it on PS3. Remember how we were doing that during the summer? And you didn't finish that with me. Oh, what's another thing that I bought? I bought... Because I asked you, hey, I have this on the Vita, but if I buy it on the console, I'm only buying it so you can play with me. Will you play with me? And you said yes. What was that game? Oh, PlayStation. It's not PlayStation. No, the J-Stars Victory Plus. Right? We have to beat that together. I don't ask you.
Yes.
I don't ask you what, Magnus.
If you want me to play the game You have to ask me. You don't ask me.
I literally just said, Magnus, I'm like, hey, I have this on the Vita, but I can buy it on console, but I will only buy it on console if you want to play with me. And you said yes, so I did. What's with this? You have to ask me. I just explained how I did. Maybe pay attention. So, do you wanna just go ahead and give me all 10 blowjobs now, or? Thing is, I know it's no, stop, okay? I know it is, but it's what you agreed to.
No, I didn't.
In exchange for doing what you want, right?
I didn't agree.
So don't give me this pretty gay stuff. You're the one that said you'll do it.
I didn't agree.
You're the one that was like, Marco, I will suck your cock if we play Halo together.
I didn't agree to that.
Magnus.
You're just making stuff up.
Yeah, well, so are you. But I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're making more stuff up.
Okay. Alright, let's stop that then, okay? Why should we do your thing first before my things? Answer me that.
Because I asked first.
Just remember that's what you said. When I've already explained how that's not the case.
Okay, fine.
I mean, and that's what you came up with, you know? That was what you thought of.
Because...
No, you don't get another... You don't... that was your one chance.
Because...
So when you ask me, hey, let's system link Halo, I'll be like... Well, remember what you said to me? That was so vital that we had to do this before my things? That lie you said?
I guess I'll never get that off my bucket.
You think that'll never happen?
Yes.
All you have to do is play just those games with me first, you know?
So many...
well, not all of them.
So much games and so
well, okay. Do you want to do Halo 1 and 2? Okay, so Halo 1. How about this? We're doing Gears of War. Well, Gears of War 2 you've already started. Okay, we'll do Gears of War 4 together. Okay, right? Like I don't just mean like playing it, you know, right now. I mean, we'll do the campaign on Inconceivable.
What does that mean?
That's the difficulty after Insane. And we'll complete Pirate Warriors 3 and we'll complete J-Stars, okay? That's fair. But here's another thing, Magnus. Like, I should have ended this 5 minutes ago. But, remember, you want to... No. Think of this, okay? Alright? You want a system link to play Halo, right? We just played Halo yesterday. How did that go? I destroyed you and you were getting really, you know, upset. So you want to actually give me blowjobs just to do that on a different console? Magnus, you are such... You have problems.
You know what?